A great day to one and all. Welcome to the Midreview for Philippine Licensure Examination for Teachers or Plet for Mathematics Majors. I am Mr. Kim J.C. Ensho, and I will be your discussant for today. For today, particularly, I will be discussing with you set one. If you could still recall, you have taken the mid-review test, which actually consists of 120 items for the majoring part, right? And that 120 items will be discussed in 5 sessions in on. So if you could notice, previously we are discussing 40 items per session. But for now, if you have 200, I mean 120 divided by 5, that is actually equal to 24, right? Which means I will be discussing the first 24 items today. Next week or for the next session, we will have the next 24 items until we are able to exhaust or discuss all the 120 items. Okay, so, and if you could see 24 hours, 24 items is a bit small compared to our previous discussions. That's why after the discussion of the 24 items, I will be giving you few problems only. Most of them are in problem solving, and they are not in multiple choice format. And we will also discuss the answers to those problems. So I hope that we are ready. And for the directions, shade the letter of the correct answer. If the correct answer is not found among the choices, you are supposed to shade E. No? So I hope that each one of us is ready. And let's go. Take note that for those who are not with us, this is actually recorded. So don't worry. And it's only for today that I will be meeting you at this time slot. And for the succeeding sessions, we will still go back to our original schedule. All right. I hope you have the test questions ready with you. I hope as well that you have your answers ready. And with that, let's go to item number one. What is 0.151515 dot 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 in fraction form? Is it 5/6, 5 over 33, 7 over 34, or 17 over 19? Please comment your answer for number one. Let's see, what do you think what's the correct answer to this? Okay, so we still waiting for the responses. Okay, so according to some of you, wow, your answer is letter B, no? Boy. And probably if you don't know the answer or if you don't know how to answer this, the best way is use your calculator and divide the numerator by the denominator. And whichever comes up with 0.1515 and so on, that is the correct answer. I believe that's what you did. So suppose we will not do that way. So in this case, there are many ways of doing this, and we don't know, right? Let's say we don't know what is this in fraction form. So for the meantime, I will represent this number, this repeating and non-terminating decimal as x. Okay, tingnan nyo po. Ilang digits po ba yung nagre-repeat sa isang pattern? How many digits repeat? There are 2 digits, exactly. So if you could see, 1, 5, 15, 15, 15, and so on. And take note, since 2 digits repeat, we will multiply both sides of the equation by a multiple of 10, no? With 2 zeros, and that would be 100. So, multiplying both, take note, ito po yung technique. Kung isang digit lang po yung nagre-repeat, multiply both sides by 10, no? Kung 2 digits all throughout yung nagre-repeat, multiply both sides by 100. Kung 3 digits, 1,000, and so on. So multiplying both sides by 100 gives 100 times x, which is 100x, equals, when this decimal is multiplied by 100, di ba, you are moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So from here, this decimal point will be 1, 2. That's why the new position of your decimal point will be here. That's why meron ka pong 15 point, 15, 15, 15, and so on. Take note ha, na forever po yung nag-repeat. Now, in this case po, meron po tayong dalawang equations. What do you think should we do? Because ang goal po natin ay mawala yung decimal na part. Okay, according to Ma'am Gemma, we will subtract both sides now, no? And subtracting both sides, x minus 100x will be negative 99x equals 0 minus 15 will be negative 15. At ito naman pong decimal part na yung 0.15, 15, 15, pag subtract mo dito, magiging 0 lang po yan. Yan po yung purpose ng pag-subtract so that the decimal part will be removed. That's why you have negative 99x equals negative 15, and dividing both sides by negative 99 and simplifying this gives us, you see, no, yung GCF ng 15 at saka 99 ay 3. And that gives us 5 over 33. Letter B. All right. To everyone who answered B, you have a great start. Congratulations. Number 2. The sum of two numbers is 4 and their product is 5. What is the sum of their reciprocals? Did you go for 4/5, 5/4, 9 over 20, or 20 over 9? What's your answer po for number 2? Okay, let's see if you have an answer for this item. I want to know, no? And take note while waiting for your answers. So, take note po yung top 1, no? Yung top 1 sa sa Philippine Licensure Examination for Teachers in the secondary level ay galing po sa gurong Pinoy, no? So, top 1 po, no? So, congratulations po ulit kay Ma'am Vasquez. Yay! So, kung nakaya po ni Ma'am mag-top 1, I'm sure kaya nyo rin po. Okay, so let's see. Because if you could notice, in this type of problem, no, yung ginagawa ng iba is, sinusolve muna niya yung dalawang numbers bago kunin yung sum of their reciprocals. But don't worry, let's say I don't know what these two numbers are. I will represent them as capital A and capital B. Sabi dito, yung sum nila, 4. Meaning, A plus B is 4. And that their product is 5. Meaning, A times B is 5 or AB is simply 5. So ito po yung dalawang equations natin. Take note, I don't know what those two numbers are and I represented them only as A and B po. Now, ano po yung nangyari? Di ba yung hinahanap is sum of the reciprocals? So anong expression po yan? If the two numbers are A and B, what expression represents the sum of their reciprocals? It will be what? 1 over, diba yung reciprocal ng A is 1 over A. Yung reciprocal ng B ay 1 over B. So what expression represents the sum of their reciprocals? That would be 1 over A plus 1 over B. Tama? I hope na nakuha po natin. No? So 1 over B, 1 over A plus 1 over B. Now, okay. Noted po, Sir Mar. Let's see kung tama po. Now, tingnan nyo po. Di ba remember, how do you add the similar fractions? Kasi iba-iba po yung denominator nila eh. How do you add the similar fractions? That would be, hanapin muna natin yung kanilang LCD, di po ba? So ano po yung LCD ng 1 over A at saka 1 over B? Yes, thank you po, Ma'am Gemma and Ma'am Jackie Lou. Tama, AB, di ba? So AB po yung kanilang GCF. Yung LCD, I mean. And that's why AB divided by A will be B. B times the numerator na 1 will be B. Plus, AB divided by B is A. A times 1 will be A here. Tama. Thank you po. But remember, tandaan po natin that ordinary addition is commutative, meaning B plus A is the same as A plus B. That's why the sum of the reciprocals could be expressed as A plus B all over AB. Pero take note, may nakikita po ba kayo? Ano po yung value ng A plus B? Di ba yung A plus B, 4? At saka yung denominator mo na AB, ang value niya, di ba 5? And therefore, by substitution, this is equal to 4/5. So if you answered letter A, congratulations, you got it right. Okay, so that's why this is how we answered it without finding really what the two numbers are. We don't know what the two numbers are, pero yung alam po natin is yung sum ng reciprocals nila ay 4/5. So to everyone who answered A, congratulations. If not, it's still okay. Number 3. If x plus y equals 0 and x squared plus y squared equals 1, what is x to the fourth, y to the fourth? Did you go for 2 over 55, 1 over 16, 5 over 11, or 2.5? What's your answer for number 3? So, nahihiya po siguro yung iba sa atin na mag-comment. Don't worry po ha. Remember that this is a learning community. And in a learning community like this, we are actually encouraging you to give your answers. We are encouraging mistakes. It's okay po. No problem po. Okay, letter B daw pero hindi sigurado. Let's see kung tama nga ba yung B ni Ma'am Jackie Lou at saka ni Sir Acer. Acer. Actually, again, yung ginagawa ng iba is hinahanap talaga nila si X at saka si Y. But ipapakita ko po sa inyo na hindi po, na pwede po nating sagutan ito, sagutin yung question na to without knowing what the exact numbers are. And ito po yung mangyayari. Di ba sa first equation po natin, x plus y equals 0, we will square both sides of the first equation. Take note, kung ano po yung ginawa natin sa left side ay dapat po natin gawin sa right side para ma-maintain yung equality. And in this case, ano nga po pala? Di ba squaring a binomial? X plus y quantity squared is? That would be square the first term, x squared, twice the product of the first and the third term. So 2 times x times y will be plus 2xy plus the square of your last term plus y squared equals 0 squared is still 0. Now, yung ginawa ko po next is nire-arrange ko po yung terms at saka group ko po yung x squared plus y squared. At you see, nilagay ko po sa loob ng parentheses. At saka yung arrangement po, iniba ko lang. Now, ano pong value nito? Bakit kaya ginawa ko to? Anong value ng x squared plus y squared? X squared plus y squared is 1. Tama. Di ba? 1 siya. Nandito po, That's why by substitution, I will replace x squared plus y squared by 1, and it becomes 1 plus 2xy equals 0. Subtracting both sides by 1, so yung positive 1 na to, nalipat sa right, naging negative 1. So 2xy equals negative 1. Dividing both sides by 2 para ma-isolate lang yung may mga variables gives us xy equals negative 1/2. Nag-divide po ako ng 2 both sides. And take note, yung hinahanap po natin is x to the fourth, y to the fourth. So hindi pa po yung final answer natin. But remember, x to the fourth, y to the fourth could actually be achieved by raising xy quantity to the fourth power. That's why ni-raise po natin, no? Ito po, both sides were raised to 4. And with this, this becomes x to the fourth, y to the fourth equals negative 1/2 to the fourth. Remember, if you are raising a negative number to an even natural number, the answer is always positive. That's why you have there. This means also negative 1/2 times negative 1/2 times negative 1/2 times negative 1/2, which is 1/16. That's why sa lahat po ng sumagot ng B, be happy dahil tama po yung sagot ninyo. Congratulations. I hope na nakuha po natin. All right? Number 4. A stone was thrown upward and the vertical distance s in feet with respect to time t in seconds is related by s equals negative 16t squared plus 96t plus 145. At what time will the stone attain its maximum height? Is it A, 1 second, B, 2 seconds, C, 3 seconds, or D, 4 seconds? What's your answer for number 4 po? A topic related to quadratic equations. Okay. Letter C daw. Let's see. Actually, no. In this case, this is actually quadratic kasi yung highest exponent ng variable natin ay 2. And take note ha, di ba HK po yan? Knowing that since this equation has a negative leading coefficient, di ba? Na-learn po natin sa ating quadratic functions na kapag negative yung leading coefficient natin, then this parabola opens downward. At kung naka-open po siya downward, meaning to say, meron po siyang highest point or maximum point. Or the vertex is the maximum point. Pero kapag positive naman po yung kasama ng yung ating leading coefficient, meaning naka-open po yan upward. At kapag naka-open naman po siya upward, meaning the vertex is the lowest or the minimum point. Okay? Now, since ito po ay may negative leading coefficient, so sure po tayo na naka-open po siya downward at meron siyang maximum point. And HK po yung vertex natin, di ba? To get the time na marireach niya yung maximum value, H po yung kinocompute natin, di ba? Yung vertex niyan, HK. Where H is the x coordinate of the vertex and K is the y coordinate of your vertex. So dito po, ang hinahanap po natin ay H, which is negative B over 2A po yan. So yung A natin dito, yung ay negative 16, yung B ay 96, at saka yung C ay 145. And by substitution po, H equals negative of 96 all over twice of negative 16. So you notice, and if you use your calculator, it will give you H equals 3. Letter C, meaning to say, it will reach its maximum height at 3, at T equals 3 or at 3 seconds. No? After 3 seconds, bababa na po yan. So sa lahat ng sumagot ng C, QT, LPT, QT, congratulations. But if not, okay lang po. Number 5. Knowing that I equals square root of negative 1 and I squared equals negative 1, find the product of 3I minus 4 and 5I minus 9. Which of these po? Okay. Excuse me. Okay, letter D daw. Now, so we will utilize no yung distributive property of equality po natin. So from here, 3i times 5i will be 15i squared. 3i times negative 9 will be negative 27i or minus 27i. Negative 4 times 5i is minus 20i. And negative 4 times negative 9 is plus 36. But if you could see, no, di ba? Tandaan po natin yung complex numbers natin. I squared is equal to negative 1. That's why I replaced this I squared with negative 1. And that's why meron po tayong 15 times negative 1. And I combined like terms. Negative 27i minus 20i, that's minus 47i. Then you have your plus 36. And simplifying this will be negative 15. The rest were copied. And combining negative 15 and 36 gives 21 minus 47i. So letter D. All right. Dog. All right. Number 6. Find the value of I raised to 79. Is it negative I, negative 1, or 1? Take note po, it's still using the same definition earlier that I is equal to square root of negative 1 and I squared equals negative 1. Okay, negative I daw, sabi ni Ma'am Chema, ni Ma'am Jackie Lou. Same with Sir Mar, Ma'am Cutie, ni Ma'am Len as well, no? Sige, push po natin, check po natin. So if you have I raised to 79, tandaan po natin that I to the fourth is equal to negative, I to the fourth is equal to 1. And you might be thinking, sir, bakit ganun? Because it's actually, if you have I is equal to I squared equals negative 1. I cubed equals negative I, and I to the fourth is equal to 1. From here also, diba 79? If I divide 79 by 4, at saka after nyan, paulit-ulit na po yan. Si I raised to 5 magiging equal sa I, and so on. So if I divide 79 by 4, the largest whole number will be 19. That's why meron pang remainder na 3. At saka I to the fourth, that's why I raised ang whole number part niya or quotient is 19. So I to the fourth was raised to 19. And dahil meron sobra pang I cubed, so yan. If you will simplify this will be I to the, this one, no? I to the fourth to the 19th will be I raised to 76 times I cubed will still be going back to I raised to 79. So from here, this is I to the fourth is 1 So 1 raised to 19 is equal to 1 pa rin to. But I cubed is equal to negative I. And 1 raised to any whole number is still 1. And 1 times negative I is still negative I. So to those who answered letter A, congratulations. Yes po, I agree with Coach Kevin, no? That this is actually cyclic, no? Cyclic siya, bakit? Meron siyang cycle of 4. I squared, I cube, I to the fourth. Ang I to the fifth equals sa I. Ang I to the sixth equals sa I squared. Ang I cubed ang I to the seventh equals sa I cubed. Ang I to the eighth equals sa I to the fourth, and so on. Yan po yung reason kung bakit po ako nag-raise sa 4. It's one of the reasons. Okay, thank you po, Coach Sir Kevin. Number 7. Solve for x in 25 raised to 3x minus 1 equals 125 x plus raised to x plus 7. Did you go for 1/2, 3/4, 3 over 23, or 23/3? Excuse me. Okay, D daw, sabi ni Ma'am Gemma. So take note po kapag hindi po natin alam yung sagot, why not do trial and error using your calculators? Sabi ni Ma'am Len, di rin daw. Di rin. Now, So let's do this without the use of trial and error. From here, ano po yung common base ng 25 at saka 125? When I say common base, halimbawa po, if I have 9 and 27, 9 could be expressed as 3 squared. 27 could be expressed as 3 cubed. So yung common base nila, 3. Okay, 5 daw. Sabi ni Sir Mar, ni Ma'am Gemma, ni Ma'am Cutie. Sana all cutie. Okay. That's why I agree with 5, no? Because 25 could be expressed as 5 squared and 125 could be expressed as 5 cubed. So 5 squared raised to 3, the rest were just copied. And remember, if you are raising a power to another power, you simply copy the base and multiply their exponents. So kinopya ko po yung 5 dito, then multiplied 2 and 3x minus 1. So 2 times by distribution, 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 1 is minus 2. I also have here, I copy the 5. 3 times x will be 3x. 3 times 7 will be plus 21. So you could see po dito, equal po yung base nila na 5, both sides. And apart from that, since they have the same base and they are also equal, this tells us that their exponents have to be equal also. That's why I will equate their exponents. So 6x minus 2 equals 3x plus 21. So the 3x here become minus 3x on the left. So 6x minus 3x will be 3x. This minus 2 will become plus 2 sa right side. So 21 plus 2 is 23. And that's why meron po tayong equation na 3x equals 23. Dividing both sides by 3 will give you 23 thirds. So if you answered letter D, you got it right. Okay, so far, so good. Number 8. Solve for x. And before we proceed to that one, take note po ha, if you think you need more time to digest, feel free to pause the video from time to time, no, and reflect on the solutions. Number 8. Solve for x in the equation 8 cube root of 2, quantity to the x, equals 16. Did you go for negative 1/4, 5/4, 6/5, or 13/4? For number 8, letter C daw. Tama nga ba ang C? Ay, okay. So siguro po, no, may pahirapan po siguro yung pag-encode, but actually meron pong raised to x yan. Yun po yung mahirap sa math kasi yung pag-encode minsan, no, mahirap. Sige lang po. So dahil meron dyan, no, yung ginawa ko po is, di ba, yung common base ng 8 at saka 2 ay 2. I could express 8 as 2 cubed, whereas cube root of 2, no, could be expressed as 2 raised to 1/3. Okay? That's why raised to x. And remember, if we multiply expressions having the same base, we copy their common base and add their exponents. That's why 2 cubed times 2 and 1/3, 2 raised to 1/3, I just copy the base na 2 and 3 plus 1/3 will be 10/3. So meron pang raised to x. At saka yung 16 naman po sa right side could be expressed as 2 to the 4th. And by the power of a power rule, no, I will copy the base here. This means po, dahil parehas po yung base nila, it means na yung 10/3 x, yung exponent nito kasi ay 10/3 x ay equal sa exponent sa right side na 4. Take note, you can do this dahil nga pareho po yung base nilang dalawa at saka equal po sila. If their bases are equal, it also means that their exponents have to be equal. That's why 10/3 x equals 4, Multiplying both sides by 3, no? Will give us 10x equals 4 times 3, magiging 12. Dividing both sides by 10 gives us 12 tenths or 6 fifths. So letter C po yung tamang sagot. Pero kung hindi nyo po alam, wala naman pong sigurong problema sa trial and error. But at least, I'm also presenting you ways how to do it without resorting to trial and error. Okay, so far so good. Number 9. What is the domain of y equals the square root of the quantity 1 minus 4x? Did you go for x greater than or equal to negative 4? X is less than 1 or equal to 1/4. How about x is less than 1/4 or x is greater than 4? Okay, letter C daw. B, okay. Okay, now let's see. Take note po natin, we have here a square root function. And we have to remember that the domain of a square root function is the set of all numbers that will make the radicand greater than or equal to 0. Hindi po siya pwedeng mag less than 0 because if that happens, then you will have an imaginary answer. Your answer will no longer be on the realm or on the set of real numbers. That's why the radicand, which is 1 minus 4x, should be greater than or equal to 0. Subtracting both sides by 1, it will give us negative 4x is greater than or equal to negative 1. We have to divide both sides by negative 4. But tandaan po natin, if we are dividing by a negative number, no, if we have inequalities, if we divide by a negative number, nag-iiba po yung sign. Nagpapalit po ang sign. Ang sign na iiwan ka na niya. Char lang, hindi. Yung sign is, kung greater than, magiging less than. Kung less than, magiging greater than. Take note that only happens if you divide or multiply by a negative number on an inequality. But if you are multiplying or dividing by a positive number, the sign remains the same. So dividing both sides by negative 4 gives x is less than or equal to 1/4. Because negative 1 over negative 4 is 1/4. So the correct answer po ay letter B. Yay, may nakakuha. Sana all. Okay, thank you po. I noted po. Di ko po nakita. Sorry, Teacher Marnie, Ma'am Gemma. Okay, thank you po. Number 10. Find the exact value of square root of 20 plus 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 that, and so on. So you have here an infinitely nested radical. No? Is it 3, 4, 5, or 5.8? Letter C daw. Okay. So far, we have some of your classmates who commented letter C. If you try this on your calculator, maybe. So I don't know the value of this number. So for the meantime, I let x be equal to this. So yung ginawa ko po next is to remove the major radical, no? O yung ito po. What do we do para mawala yung major radical? We will square, tama. We will square both sides of your equation. So yung square ng x ay x squared. And if you square the right-hand side, so the major radical will be removed and meron ka lang 20 dito. Next, may nakikita po ba kayong repeating na pattern? Anong tingnan niyo po ito? Ito po, yung after ng 20 plus. Ano pong value nito? Tingnan niyo po, ano to? Do you believe that this is equal to x? This part po? Do you agree na x ba ito? Di ba? X to. Remember, baka nakikita nyo, sir, tatlo lang ito, 4. No, this is infinite po. That's why this radical here, after the plus, is actually x. That's why this becomes x squared equals 20 plus x. And subtracting both sides by 20 plus x, no? So yung x na to magiging minus x sa left. Yung 20 na to magiging minus 20 sa left. So x squared minus x minus 20 equals 0. So you see, no? Meron ka na pong quadratic equation. And this is factorable as ano? X plus 4 times the quantity x minus 5 equals 0. And by the zero product property, no, of zero property of multiplication, if you multiply two or more numbers and their product is 0, this means that at least one of them is 0. So equating each of these factors to 0, x plus 4 equals 0 means x sub 1 is negative 4, or x minus 5 equals 0 means x sub 2 is 5. But remember, meron pong dalawang values. But since, di ba, you are adding here positive values, in this case po ha, adding positive values will never result to a negative value. So we are sure that x sub 1 equals negative 4 is an extraneous root. Hindi po niya nasasatisfy yung equation natin. And therefore, we will adapt the positive value, which is 5. Hence, the correct answer po is letter C. I hope you got it. So yeah, yay. We have at least 5 people who got letter C for number 10. 11. The sensitivity S to a drug is related to dosage by X to dosage X by S equals 1000X minus X squared. What dosage gives maximum sensitivity? Is it 250, 500, 750, or 1000? Take note po ha, yung sensitivity, yung dosage, yan po yung X. Sensitivity is S. So again, this is a quadratic equation that opens downward. So meron pong maximum value ito. That's why you have your maximum sensitivity. Are we solving for HK? Are we solving for the H or K? Dahil maximum sensitivity, what dosage? Dosage po yung hinahanap. We are solving for H or K? Are we solving for the X or Y of your vertex? We are solving for the H, no? Tama. Dahil yung Y po ng inyong vertex, yan po yung S. So careful. So again, solving, I just rearrange them. And so S equals negative X squared plus 1000X. And so you have yung A mo po, remember your H is negative B over 2A. Your A is negative 1. Your B is 1000. Yung C is your constant. In this case, it's understood to be 0. So you have your negative of 1000 over the negative of over 2 times negative 1. That simplifies to 500. Therefore, if you answered B, you got it right again po. Congratulations. I hope it's clear. Number 12. Write the quadratic equation whose root is 2 plus square root of 3. Did you go for A, B, C, or D? Okay, many commented letter D. Let's see. Tandaan po natin na meron po tayong tinatawag na quadratic surds theorem. Sabi po ng quadratic surds theorem, that is, if A plus square root of B, where B is an irrational number, is a root, meaning yung A minus square root of B ay dapat root din. In other words, if 2 plus square root of 3 is a root, it also follows that 2 minus square root of 3 is also a root. Kasi nga 'di ba sa ating quadratic formula, pares po yan. Merong, 'di ba sa quadratic formula, negative b plus minus the square root of b squared of minus 4ac all over 2a. So may plus, meron ding minus. So pares po yan. It is already implied that they are together. And so that's why inisa ko lang po sila. I made them 2 plus minus square root of 3. I subtracted both sides by 2. So magiging x minus 2 equals plus minus square root of 3. Upang mawala po yung radical sign natin, we will square both sides of the equation to remove the square root. No? And take note, if you square a positive or a negative real number, the answer will always be positive. The square of square root of 3 is 3. That's why ito 3 po yan. And if you square this binomial, this will be x squared minus 4x plus 4 po. And since we wanted based on the answers po natin, no, we wanted the right-hand side be equal to 0. So subtract both sides by 3. So ito po, magiging 4 minus 3 ito, so plus 1 na lang. Hence, the final answer here is x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. Letter D. And there are many of you who got it right. Thank you po. Ma'am, Sir Coach Kevin, thank you din po no, for the comment na pwede din po yung first derivative. Tama po yan. Yung kanina po sa item number 11. Sheshe. 13. The maximum safe load of a rectangular beam varies jointly as the width and the square of the depth and inversely as the length. If a beam 4 dm wide, 6 dm deep, and 25 dm long has a maximum safe load of 576 kilograms, find the maximum safe load for a beam of the same material, which is 6 dm wide, 10 dm deep, and 30 dm long. Did you go for 600 kilograms? 1,000 kilograms? 1,600 kilograms? Or 2,000 kilograms? Okay, what's your answer for number 13 po? Variation problem. Excuse me. Okay, nahiya ata sila. So, for this one po, no, I let S to be the safe load. Wide width, di ba sabi? The safe load. By the way, K here is the constant of proportionality. Sabi kasi doon, no? So the safe load varies directly. Kung directly, sa numerator po siya ilalagay. Kung directly, sa denominator po ilalagay yung mga variables. Okay? So K is with the constant of proportionality. S varies directly as the width and the square of the depth. That's why D squared. But inversely with the length. That's why dahil inversely, nag-over L po tayo. So, meron po tayong first set of given kanina, di ba? Sabi kanina sa problem, safe load niya 576 when the width is 4, the depth is 6, and the length is 25. That's why nagkaroon po tayo ng ganyang equation. Take note po ha, marami pong ways upang isolve ito. I will only present one way for brevity po muna. The purpose po nito is for us to solve for our K or our constant of proportionality. With such, I simplified the 4 times 6 squared times K into 144K. And you can solve the K, 576 times 25, and divide it by 144. That gives you K as 100. At dahil meron ka ng K na 100, this K now will be replaced with 100. That's why your equation now is S equals 100 WD squared all over L. And substituting the second set of information earlier, we have S equals 100 times, di ba, width is 6, depth is 10, and length is 30. And using your calculators, you will get 200 kilograms safe load. Letter D. So, okay, nakuha po ni Ma'am Jackie Lou. Thank you. Siguro nakuha din po ng iba. Maybe they are just shy to participate. Huwag po tayong mahiya, ha? No worries po. Dog. Okay? Take note po ha, kung may tanong, huwag po kayong mahiyang mag-chat. For the meantime, I have to turn off um, the microphone po ninyo so that we will not be able to disturb others po muna. But if you have questions or queries, clarifications, feel free to type them in the chat. 14. If f of x equals x squared plus kx minus 4 and f of 4 equals 20, what is the value of k? Did you go for 1, 2, 3, or 4? B daw, sabi ni Ma'am Jackie Lou, ni Ma'am Gemma, ni Ma'am Cutie. Sana all, Cutie. LPT Cutie po. Hoping. So I think, okay, sabi ni Ma'am Lenden. Okay, B then. So from here, no? Since f of 4 equals 20, we will replace all x's by 4. That's why I have f of 4 equals 4 squared plus k times 4 minus 4. And dahil 20, so equate that to 20. So that would be 16 plus 4k minus 4 plus 20. 16 minus 4 simplifies to 12. So you have 4k plus 12 equals 20. Subtract both sides by 12 po, no? Magiging 4k equals 8. And of course, dividing both sides by 4 gives us k equals 2. So tama po yung letter B na 2. Okay, so all right. Good job, everyone. Next, what is the remainder when f of x equals 5x cubed minus 3x squared minus x is divided by x minus 4? Did you go for negative 125, 1, 148, or 268? Letter D din, yung sagot ng karamihan sa atin na nag-comment, no? Okay po? So take note ha, there are many ways of determining the remainder. You could use long division, you could use synthetic division, or the remainder theorem. In my case, I will use the remainder theorem, especially if you are dividing by a linear binomial divisor. And to do this, equate the divisor na x minus 4 to 0. X minus 4 equals 0 means x equals 4. And you will substitute that sa f of x po natin. So, replacing all x's by 4, so f of 4 equals 5 times 4 cubed minus 3 times 4 squared minus 4, and your calculator can do the trick, no? It will become 320 minus 48 minus 4, or simply 268. Letter D. So yes, no? Siguro yung iba po nag-synthetic division. Okay, depende po sa inyo, no? Depende po sa gusto nating gawin. All right. 16. There are 3 numbers. When taken by pairs, they will have sums of 22, 28, and 34. What is the average of these numbers? Did you go for 12, 14, 15, or 17? For number 16 po. May mga sumagot ng B. Okay. If you don't mind po, ano pong technique or method yung ginawa nyo? Paki-describe po. Ano po yung technique ninyo? Did you do trial and error? Did you do algebra? Oh, nag-algebra daw. Okay. That's nice. There are many ways of doing this po. Ha? Ito po yung ginawa ko. I don't know what those 3 numbers are. So I represented them as A, B, and C. So sabi by pairs eh. So let's say the first pair is A plus B equals 22. Yung second pair, A plus C equals 28. And yung third pair ay B plus 6, I mean B plus C, which is 34. Yung ginawa ko po ay I employed addition property of equality. That is, nag-mode 2 siya. Ay, sana all! Yung ginawa ko po is, tingnan nyo po, may ilang A sa left side, may ilang B sa left side, may ilang C sa left side. Check nyo po. Tingnan nyo po. May ilang A, may ilang B, may ilang C. Merong tigda dalawa, right? There are two A's, two B's, and two C's sa left side. Tama. Thank you po, Ma'am Jackie Lou and Ma'am Gemma. That's why I will employ, in this case, no, I will employ addition property of equality. The sum of the left side will be 2A plus 2B plus 2C. And yung right side naman po ay 22 plus 28 plus 34, which is 84. And you could see, no? Meron pong GCF, di ba? Tingnan nyo po. 2A, 2B, 2C, 84. Ano po yung greatest common factor nila na mga terms? 2. Tama. That's why dividing each term by 2, 2A divided by 2 magiging A. This will be B. This will be C. 84 divided by 2 will be 42. So you have A plus B plus C equals 42. And take note po ha, kapag kinukuha po natin yung average ng tatlong numbers, di ba? Kinukuha muna natin yung sum nila and that sum will be divided by 3. We don't know what those three numbers are. Pero yung alam po natin is that their sum is 42. Dividing both by 3 na lang both sides, this gives us A plus B plus C all over 3, which is 14. So you see po, ito po yung kinagandahan ng algebra. Hindi po natin alam yung mga exact numbers na yon for now. Pero yung alam po natin is yung average nilang tatlo ay 14. Boy. B. I hope na clear po. 17. How many terms are there in the sequence? -4, 4, 12, ... until 84, 92, 100. This is an arithmetic sequence. Is it 11, 12, 13, or 14? D daw, 14. Okay. All right. Let's see kung tama kayo. So we know, no, that meron po tayong common difference na 8. Kasi plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 ka lang all throughout. And this is the formula, no, for the explicit form of the n term of your arithmetic sequence. A sub n equals A sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. Alam po natin yung last term natin na 100. So we can let A sub n, yung last term, be 100. First term is -4. Ang n is a number of terms. Hindi po natin alam yon. So let that be n. And your d will be 8. By substitution, that becomes 100 equals -4 plus the quantity n minus 1 times 8. I added 4 both sides, no? So yung -4 na to, naging +4 dito, 104 na lang. Tapos, actually may option ka dito eh. May option ka kung to distribute the 8 or not. In this case, distribute ko po yung 8. 8 times n is 8n. 8 times -1 is -8. That's why ito po yung itsura niya. Adding 8 both sides gives you 112 equals 8n. Dividing both sides by 8 gives you 14 as the value of n. Hence, there are 14 terms in that sequence. Letter D. So to those who answered D, congratulations, you got it right. Galing. 18. What is the sum of the first 8 terms of the series 4 plus 20 plus 100 plus 500 and so on? Did you go for A, B, C, or D? Take note po. Anong uri ng series po ito? Is it arithmetic, geometric, Fibonacci? Anong uri po ito ng series? Tama, geometric na siya. Kasi nagta-times 5, times 5, times 5, times 5, and so on. And this is the formula na lang, no? Ng partial sum ng ating geometric series. S sub n equals a sub 1 times the quantity r raised to n minus 1 all over r minus 1. Okay, where S sub n is a sum of the first n terms, a sub 1 is the first term, n is a number of terms, and r is your common ratio. Provided again that your common ratio should not be equal to 1. Kasi baka kung 1, magiging undefined ito. Now, since 8 terms yung hinahanap natin, yung first term natin ay 4 at saka yung common ratio natin ay 5. Kasi nga times 5 times 5 times 5 all throughout, no? Ito po yung substituted value. And the denominator becomes 5 minus 1 na lang. So you have this. And using your calculators, this 4 over 4 becomes 1. You are left with 5 raised to 8 minus 1, which is 390,624. Letter D. All right. I hope na nakuha. Take note, hindi nyo man siya nakuha. Ang yung mahalaga po ay we are learning in the process. But I hope no na nakuha po ninyo. 19. What is the sum of the interior angles of an octagon? Did you go for 520, 960, 1080, or 1800 degrees? Letter C daw, 1080, sabi ng classmates ninyo. Tama nga ba? I believe, no? You are familiar with this. S equals 180 degrees times n minus 2, where n is the number of sides of your polygon, and S is the sum of all interior angles. So dahil ang octagon ay mayroong 8 sides, so I substituted n with 8. So 180 times 6, that's 1080 degrees, letter C. I believe maraming nakakuha nito. Congratulations. Okay, move on po tayo sa 20. In triangle ABC, if AB equals 23 and BC equals 31, what can be the possible measure of the third side? A, 8, B, 45, C, 54, or D, 67? What do you think? Dog daw, 67, sabi ng classmates niyo. May sumagot ng C, 54. So far, it's either C or D lang yung sagot ninyo. So we don't know yet, no, kung ano yung sagot ng iba. And I can see that you could go either with C or D. Check po natin kung tama kayo. Okay, tandaan po natin ito. Tandaan po natin, ha? Given a triangle in a Euclidean plane, the measure of the third side, no, or of the missing side is always between the difference and the sum of the other two sides. Take note, I'm talking about the absolute difference, no? Meaning, dapat hindi po siya pwede maging negative, okay? So kung negative man yung sagot ninyo sa difference, dapat i-absolute value mo siya. Tandaan po natin, ha? The third side is always between the difference and the sum of the two other sides. So given this, di ba? Yung given na two sides ay 31 at saka 23. Yung difference ng 31 at saka 23 ay 8. At saka yung sum naman ng 31 at saka 23 ay 54. That's why, no, using that principle, the third side AC is between 8 and 54. Ang tanong, kasali ba si 8 at saka si 54? Or hindi? Are 8 and 54 included? No. Because kung merong salang equal sign, included. Pero hindi eh. So everything between 8 and 54. And you could see, no, among the choices, only 45 is between 8 and 54. So I'm sorry to say this, letter B po talaga yung tamang sagot. Tandaan po natin yan, ha? Kung given ang any two sides at hinahanap yung third side, the third side is always between the absolute difference and the sum of the other two sides. Tandaan po natin. So, di po ako sure kung may nakakuha ng tamang sagot, pero it's okay lang po, no? Yung mahalaga, natututo po tayo. Okay. Proceed po tayo sa 21. What is the range of, tingnan nyo po yung figure na to. AB is 10, BD is 13, DC is 25, and CA is 18. At saka meron kang diagonal dyan na AD. Okay? What is the range of the values of your diagonal AD? Is it between 3 and 43? Between 7 and 23? Between 7 and 43? Or between 3 and 23? Okay, wala raw figure sa quizzes. Ay, okay, no wonder. So sige po, bonus na lang po ito. Pero tandaan po natin, ha, if you encounter something like this, you will apply the triangle inequality, yung kanina po, no? That is, di ba, notice nyo po, triangle ABD is a triangle. ACD is also, again, another triangle. Ito po yung technique. Okay. Now, tingnan nyo po. Let's focus first on triangle ADC. Ito po, ha, ADC. Based on the previous example, di ba yung two sides ng triangle ADC ay 18 at saka 25? AD is between what two values? Okay. Again, di ba yung third side is between the absolute difference and the sum of the other two sides. Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Marnie, 7 and 43, and I agree with that po, no? Kasi dito po, 25 minus 18 is 7. 25 plus 18 is 43. So kung base lang natin siya sa triangle ADC, between 7 and 43 ang length ni line segment AD. How about po sa triangle ADB? Between what two values po yung AD? Okay, between 3 and 23 daw. And again, no, I agree. Because of 13 minus 10, which is 3, and 13 plus 10, which is 23. So now, anong mangyayari dito? Di ba dalawa sila? Dalawang inequalities meron. Pero tandaan po ninyo ito, ha. Kahit anong value po yung kunin ninyo, dapat masatisfy niya ang both triangles. Meaning, masatisfy niya itong triangle. Halimbawa, so ang technique po dito is, kung ano po yung, di ba ito yung mga minimum values? Ito naman po yung mga maximum values, no? Kunin nyo po yung pinakamataas sa mga minimum. Kunin nyo po, I mean, sa mga, dito po sa mga sa left, sa pinaka-left, kunin po ninyo yung pinakamataas dyan. At saka dito naman po sa pinaka-right, kunin nyo po yung pinakamababa. Yan po yung technique. Okay? Kasi for example, kapag kumuha ka ng 4, kung 4 siya, masatisfy niya ito, pero hindi niya masasatisfy ito eh. That's why yung technique po, so ano po yung final answer natin? Kunin nyo po sa pinaka-left, kunin yung pinakamataas. Sa pinaka-right, kunin yung pinakamababa. Therefore, AD is between 7 and 23. So if you answered letter B, tama po kayo. So I think no, so may concern tayo sa quizzes kasi hindi siya ata na-copy. Hindi lang po ako sure, ha. Pwede bang mag-copy ng image sa quizzes? Kaya bang mag-copy, no? Ng image sa quizzes? Pwede. Siguro nakaligtaan lang po. But again, no, this is how we do it. Thank you. Next, in triangle ABC, if angle A is 67 degrees, and angle B is 45 degrees, what is the longest side of your triangle? Is it side AB, BC, CA, or cannot be determined? Okay, letter A daw. AB daw. Let's see kung tama kayo. So ito po yung itsura niya, di ba? So angle A is 67 degrees, B is 45 degrees. And since your triangle in a plane has an angle sum, no, lahat ng interior angles add up to 180. So 180 minus 67 plus 45, the sum nila, it means that angle C is 68 degrees. That's why naging 68 degrees po ito. Now, tandaan po natin ha, meron po tayong hinge theorem at saka yung inverse niya. Nakasaad doon, no? In my own words lang, in a triangle, no, in the plane, in a triangle in a flat surface, the longest side is opposite the largest angle. In a similar manner, the shortest side is opposite of the smallest angle. So, yung pinakamalaking angle dito ay angle C, di ba? Ano yung opposite side ni angle C? That would be this side, which is side AB. Letter A. So to everyone who commented A, which is segment AB, congratulations, you got it right again. 23. I hope na nakuha ko natin. 23. Solve for x in 1 plus x squared plus x cubed plus x to the fourth plus all the way until to infinity equals 1. Is it 4/5, 7/2, 3/4, or 1/8? What do you think? Anyone? All right, there are actually many ways of doing this, no? And actually, ito po yung ginawa ko. A daw, 4/5. Let's see. Yung ginawa ko po is, di ba ito yung given? I subtracted both sides by 1. So yung 1 na to naging minus 1 sa right. So that's why 5 minus 1 naging 4 na lang. That's why ito po yung kinalabasang equation niya. Okay, tignan po ninyo yung left side. X plus x squared plus x cubed plus x to the fourth plus and so on. Ano po yung greatest common factor ng right side? Ng left side, I mean. Tingnan nyo po. Look at the terms of the left side. Ano po yung greatest common factor? Tama, x, di po ba? Isang taong ayaw na nating balikan. Char lang, x. So we will factor out x. Ito po yung kalalabasan niyan. So x divided by x will be 1. X squared divided by x will be x. X cubed divided by x will be x squared. X to the fourth divided by x will be x cubed plus and so on. No? It's understood na meron ditong x to the fourth and so on. Si Ma'am Marnie kinikilig, sana all. Okay, now, tingnan po ninyo yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Ano po yung value nito? Tingnan nyo po, yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Tama. Ma'am Jackie Lu, tama po, di ba? Kung nakikita po ninyo yung itong nasa loob ng parentheses, ito po siya yung given natin, which is 5. That's why replacing that by 5 gives us x times 5 equals 4, or dividing both sides by 5 now gives us x equals 4/5. So sa lahat ng sumagot ng A, AD, wow, you got it right. Tama si Ma'am Marnie. Sana all. I hope na nakuha po natin yung sagot. Thank you po. And we have one more, no? 24. In a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, the side opposite the right angle is 14 meters. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Did you go for 14 plus 14 square root of 3, 21 plus 7 square root of 3, 28 square root of 3, or 30 plus 14 square root of 3? Okay, B daw. Tama nga ba ang B? Or baka may tama lang kayo? Let's see. Natandaan po natin ha, di ba? In a when we say the side opposite the right angle, it's understood to be your hypotenuse, which is 14 meters. Ito po. And if you could see, tandaan din po natin, right angle po ito. That a 30, 60, 90 triangle is a right angle. A right triangle. It's a special right triangle. Meron din tayong 45, 45, 90. And anong kinagandahan nito is, in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the side opposite of your 30 degrees is always 1/2 of your hypotenuse. Tandaan po ha, kung ano pong side opposite ng 30 degrees, 1/2 po yan ng hypotenuse. That's why your hypotenuse here is 14. 14 divided by 2 will be 7. That's why yan po yung rason kung bakit 7 meters po yung opposite ni 60 degrees, ni 30 degrees. And another thing, no? The side opposite naman, and also the side opposite of your 30 degrees is your shorter leg then. It's also, the 7 meters is your shorter leg. And it is also a theorem that the side opposite of your 60 degrees is square root of 3 times the shorter leg. Again po, yung side opposite ng 60 degrees ay square root of 3 times the shorter leg. So square root of 3 times 7, kasi 7 po yung ating shorter leg. Square root of 3 times 7 is 7 square root of 3. Ito po yung reason kung bakit yan po yung itsura or yan po yung lengths, no, ng sides ng ating 30, 60, 90 triangle. If you wish, you could verify on your own using the Pythagorean theorem. And I'm sure it will satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. And since we are talking about perimeter, so add them. 7 plus 14 plus 7 square root of 3. And combining like terms gives us 21 plus 7 square root of 3 meters, letter B. Okay, so to everyone who answered B, tama po kayo. Congratulations. And that ends the first set, no? So thank you very much and a great day to one and all. But again, but again po, thank you po, Sir Coach Kevin Pura. Thank you po, Ma'am Jackie Luno, and to everyone who commented as well. Natapos na po natin yung first set, pero meron pa po tayong ibang pre-prepare na items in case na maka-early po tayo. Okay? Ito po. Let's have a bit lang po. Don't worry, short lang po ito. Let's have a bit of extra math. And this topic, the necessary background knowledge is all about factoring techniques. Tandaan po natin that x squared plus 2xy plus y squared equals x plus y quantity squared. Kung minus dito, minus din yan. If you have your x squared minus y squared, that's x minus y times x plus y. If you have your x cubed plus y plus minus y cubed, that would be x plus minus y times the quantity x squared minus plus xy plus y squared. Also, you could review this on your own, no? I believe you are also familiar with elimination and substitution processes and in solving quadratic equations. Don't worry, this will just be short. So this talk is just about substitution. Okay, check po natin ito. If 2x equals 3y plus 5, what is the value of 6x minus 9y. Sige. Again po ha, wala po ito sa inyong copy. But try this one po. Try nyo lang po. Ano po yung sagot niyo dito? 15 daw? All right. Tama nga kaya ang 15. So, in this case, ang ginawa ko po is, I subtracted both sides by 3y. No? That's why you have 2x minus 3y equals 5. Yung given po natin, no, is 6x minus 9y, di po ba? And ano pong greatest common factor ng 6x at saka ng 9y? Yung GCF nila ay 3. I agree with Ma'am Gemma and Ma'am Jackie Lu. So if you factor out 3 dito, yung kalalabasan niya ay 3 multiplied by the quantity 2x minus 3y. Sensya na po, napaos ng konti. Pero ano po yung value ng 2x minus 3y? Ang value nito ay 5, di po ba? That's why by substitution, 3 times 5 equals 15. I'm sure iba po yung technique ng iba. Siguro yung iba nag-trial and error. Siguro yung iba, yung 6x, ginawa niyang 3 times 2x. Parang ganon siguro. Tapos nag-substitute. Marami pong ways, no? You are free to explore them in as many ways as you like. Another one. Okay, try nyo po ito. If x plus y equals 4 and xy equals negative 3, what is the value of x squared plus 7xy plus y squared? Okay, sige po. Try nyo po. All right, let's see. Negative 5 daw. Sabi ng isang classmate ninyo. Okay, some of you said 5. Let's see kung tama si 5. If you could see po, no, that x squared plus y squared, no? Okay. Ano po dapat yung middle term para maging perfect square po siya, trinomial? Di ba dapat hindi siya 7xy? Ano po dapat yung middle term upang maging perfect square trinomial po siya? 2xy, tama. I agree with you, no, Sir Axel? So, that's why yung ginawa ko po is, yung 7xy ay ginawa kong 2xy plus 5xy. And I group together x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And take note po di ba factorable ko ito? Ano po yung factors ng x squared plus 2xy plus y squared? I-factor po siya. X plus y quantity squared. I agree with you, no, Ma'am Cutie? Naku, parehas po tayong Cutie. Char lang. So we have x plus y quantity squared plus 5xy. With such, pero alam po natin that x plus y is 4 and xy is negative 3. That's why by substitution po, ito ay naging 4 squared plus 5 times negative 3, which becomes 16 minus 15. 1 po yung tamang sagot. Yes, 1 po. All right, I hope na nakuha po natin. So you see, no, that's the beauty of algebra. Okay? Let's have one more po for today. If x plus y equals 5, And x squared, I think this one is parallel sa kanina. Try nyo po. If x plus y equals 5, and x squared plus y squared equals 21, what is the value of x squared, y squared? Pause ko muna no, habang nag-wait sa answers ninyo. Let's see kung tama nga ba yung 4 na sagot ni Ma'am Jackie Lee. So, yung ginawa ko po is ganito. Di ba yung first equation is x plus y equals 5. We square both sides of the equation. And this becomes x squared plus 2xy plus y squared equals 25. And take note po, gaya po ng kanina, I grouped the x squared plus y squared. Anong purpose ng pag-group ko dyan? It's to substitute. It's given po kasi that x squared plus y squared is 21, di po ba? So by substitution, naging 21 plus 2xy equals 25. To isolate xy, we will subtract both sides by 21 first. So 2xy equals 4. And dividing both sides by 2 gives you xy equals 2. So we know that the product of these two numbers is 2. But remember, x squared, y squared po yung hinahanap natin. So what should we do both sides? We should also square both sides of xy equals 2. Squaring it gives xy quantity squared equals 2 squared, and x squared y squared equals 4. So thank you po to everyone, and that ends our session for this afternoon. I hope na may nakuha po tayong information, and I wish you all joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love, no? God bless po sa ating lahat, and let's have a meaningful Christmas, and see you po sa ating next session. Marami pong salamat, and hoping na sana po ay maging LPT na po kayo as soon as possible. God bless po sa ating lahat. Thank you din po sa inyo, and I wish you all the best, no? So thank you, and a great day to one and all.